Hi guys, so today's video is about curiosity and creativity, the link between curiosity and creativity. We human beings are perennially problem solvers. We have always solved problems. We will solve problems and we are solving problems. So that is how we function. But we solve problems depending on our interest, where we are interested in, what makes us curious. Curiosity is essentially the cause of problem solving, something that generates our interest because we find there's some problem in it, because we find some unsolved questions in it. It piques our interest, and subsequently we sometimes get answers of it, sometimes we don't. But yeah, we start working on problem solving. So my suggestion to people who feel are struggling with their life, with their daily uh, activities, daily jobs, or whatever, is to observe what makes you curious. If something makes you curious, then that means it has found, your mind has found some unsolved question in it, and it wants to work its power in understanding that thing. Take, for example, the legendary footballer Pele. So Pele, whenever he had a ball in his on his ball with him, he sort of, what made him curious is the idea that, is the idea that he is the challenge that was in front of him, that he I can, let me find the fastest way to put that ball into the net. And for that, the the problem that I have to solve is there are opponents in front of me, and they will create obstruction for me, and there will be my teammates who will help me out in doing that. So let me just seek out the fastest route possible for me to put the ball in the net. That is what, where his curiosity was, and that is what worked his mind up in solving that problem, and that is what he relentlessly pursued and flourished. Same goes for Albert Einstein as well. He saw a few questions about the nature of reality, and start asking more and more questions, and then eventually came up with general relativity, special relativity, and changed our way of looking at reality. So that is where his curiosity was, and he pursued it. He pursued his instinct of problem solving and ultimately succeeded. So, point being, if you are struggling, it means two things. Either that situation is below your is doesn't interest you, doesn't pique your pique your interest, but doesn't make you curious, and that is because of two things. One, it may be below your level of IQ. You can't, I mean, let me change the places now. Pele, you can't put Pele in understanding general relativity, and you can't put Einstein in with the put him on the pitch with the ball and say go and score a goal. Their level of IQ demanded them to be in an ideal problem solving environment for them to flourish. So if you are struggling, it doesn't mean that you are not good enough. It can also mean that the environment, the place you are in, and it is often the case, the place you are in is not suited to you. Maybe the problems in front of you is boring you because your intellectual capability is higher than what the problems uh, bring to you, what challenges lie ahead of you. Or maybe your intellectual capability is lower and the challenges are much higher, and it's not possible for you to understand, and hence it bores you. So do not feel guilty of being in a situation where you feel bored of doing something. It simply means that it is not making you curious, and it is not fueling that instinct of problem solving for you. Find what interests you, find what makes you curious, and that is your thing. So I wanted to share this, and thank you. Namaskar. Like and subscribe.